Hey friends, welcome back to the garden this morning. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. I wish I could send you some of this weather. It is 61 degrees and absolutely feels like fall, which is crazy because this week has been in the hundreds. So I am absolutely loving this weather. I drank my coffee on the back porch and just like enjoyed the coolness of the season. I'm so ready for fall to come, but I am absolutely gonna take advantage of this amazing weather and get some work done in this garden this morning. I have a couple beds that I need to clear that just really got overrun with crabgrass this season. I brought my husband out for the mussels. He's gonna help me with that. And then I have some fall seeds I want to get planted still. I know I have done several, but once those two beds are cleared, we're gonna replant those for fall. And thanks to today's sponsor, Rainpoint, I am gonna finish this irrigation that I started this spring and never got complete. And I'm gonna pair it with Rainpoint's watering timer to make watering my garden a chore that I don't have to do. It's gonna take care of it all on its own. So I'm gonna bring you with me for the morning. Let's go ahead and get started. If anybody else is scatterbrained like me and can't remember what day they watered their garden last, or are running outside in your pajamas and flip-flops at 9:30 at night because you haven't watered your garden in multiple days and it's 90 degrees outside, then you definitely need to invest in a timer like this. A huge screen so you can clearly see. Those cicadas are so incredibly loud, so I hope you can hear me. But there's a huge screen so you can clearly see what's happening, and the programming is very simple. The instructions are clear. All you have to do is read the box. This is the Rainpoint 2-zone water timer, so I can hook up 2 different areas of my garden and it will keep track of both. And we're gonna go ahead and go through setup. So I have already set the time. I'm a nurse, so I like 24-hour military time, but you can set it in typical 12-hour time as well. All you do is turn that knob. What time do you like to water your garden? Personally, I like to water it very early in the morning. Next up is how long do you want to water your garden? This water flow meter is going to tell me exactly how many gallons of water I am putting to my garden. So if I do this for 3 hours and I need to adjust at some point because I'm using too much water, I definitely can go down from there. That's a super awesome feature. How often is next? I like to water my garden about every 2 days, especially if I'm not the one who has to be out here doing it. And then on, just like that, it is set. Super easy. That took me less than a minute. In my garden, I have my entire irrigation set up on one hard line. That is what this hose is leading to. And on zone 2, I like to hook up my hose so I can go around to any areas that need some extra attention, or to maybe some new seeds that I had just planted. You of course need water running to this at all times so that when the timer does turn on, it can start flowing. I can show you how this works. I'm gonna go ahead and run zone 1, the hard line, to my irrigation on manual and give it a little bit of water tonight. All you want to do for that to happen is hold down the manual button until this display starts blinking, just like that, and then you'll hit OK, and you hear that click and you see the water start flowing. This watering timer is going to give me the gift of time to not have to be out here with a hose in my hand, and instead to spend time with my family or preserving the harvest. So again, thank you to Rainpoint for sponsoring this video. I just took a look around. We're also gonna have a ton of seed saving and harvesting to do while we're out here this morning as well. It is gonna be busy. If you have any tips or tricks to controlling crabgrass, I would love to hear them. I struggle with it so bad in my garden, and the wood chips definitely help, but they are invading all of my beds and are coming up through my wood chips even though it's several inches deep, and it is such a pain. This is cilantro that I am going to be saving seed from and also reseeding the garden in today. Cilantro loves cool weather, so it's an excellent fall planting. Look at this massive orb weaver, guys. I think this is one of the biggest I have ever seen. She is gorgeous. This massive tangle of plant was a parsley seed that overwintered, and that's really unusual for parsley in my area. So I want to save that trait of this plant, and hopefully when I plant these seeds again in the spring, this plant will then be more acclimated to our area and be able to overwinter every year. I will say that this plant took forever for these seeds to be ready to harvest. I kept letting it go, thinking that I would be able to harvest it soon and then get it out of my way because it's taking up a huge area in my garden. But it took months for even once these seeds to flower for them to completely dry and be ready for harvesting. I got plenty of seeds from this, so I am gonna go ahead and just get this out of the garden finally, and I'm gonna take it to my chickens. I think they will thoroughly enjoy the rest of the seeds. Man. That is a big parsley plant, guys. This bed that my husband is clearing is in the very back of my garden. I had it planted out in carrots and beets for the spring, and I think I am going to fill it full of spinach for this summer. I would love to be able to put up a bunch of spinach to add into like pastas and soups for the winter. So that is what we will be doing here once it's cleared out and irrigated. I did also have a surprise volunteer tomato that ended up growing here, which was perfect because it grew right along this ladder, along with those sweet peas that are still growing and are still beautiful. I am fairly sure, just from the shape of this tomato, that these are Principe Borghese tomatoes. I am trying to harvest this cilantro without spilling seeds everywhere. Look at all of that seed. So in this state, this is actually coriander. Cilantro seed is called coriander. It's a spice you can use on its own, but I prefer the cilantro seed to replant. So I am just gonna take this out and save it, not just to replant, but also to save for next year so I don't have to purchase any more. These sweet pea flowers smell absolutely amazing. This irrigation project is one we started this spring. We got all of our hardline in, and now what we're gonna do today is just add our drip tape onto that to run down the length of the beds. I ordered this stuff on Amazon, and like I said, I didn't finish, but the areas that I did finish have worked really well so far.
You want it right there?
Yep.
You just poked a hole in it, Isaac. Why'd you do that?
Is that where the hose is going to be?
That's where the hose is going to be.
Hose.
Oh, I don't have scissors anymore.
Where'd they go?
I can go get
Can you go get them? That'd be awesome.
You know where they're at?
I don't even know where they're at. We'll see what he comes back with.
get it.
And then I'm gonna really cut back these chives. They are huge and kind of in my way. They will just grow right back. They really actually benefit from a haircut every once in a while. And I can make this part of my preserving for the day.
Going right here.
Okay. It feels so good to finally be getting so much accomplished in the garden. I have been meaning to clear this bed out for so long now. It's been completely unproductive pretty much this whole season, and I'm glad to be able to plant it for fall. I literally don't know why I put it off for so long, other than that the crabgrass, when it takes over like this, is just kind of overwhelming to even try and figure out how to get it out of the beds. The water.
Oh, it's on. I forgot it's on.
You're kind of slow.
Pipe?
Just some like little PVC pipe on here. And it's gonna be like a hose guide for me because my hose gets stuck on the end of my beds. Guys, look how absolutely stunning the garden is this time of night. And I'm so excited to show you, look, this loofah vine is massive and I haven't had any loofah on it, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm finally growing this thing and I'm not gonna get any fruits off of it, but I have two finally. If that's all I'll get, I'll be happy. But I was hoping to see more. Like, look how full this vine is. Obviously it's not just loofah. There's a lot of beans in here that I am saving for dried beans. But this loofah plant is massive and thick. And I really thought it would be loaded, but it's not. And I know I just harvested, and I know that these plants look horrible, but look how many red tomatoes there already are again. We are finally doing the maintenance that we should have done this spring, but we're just too busy to do it. The next thing I need to do is to harvest some of these sunflower heads. These are perfect to store in the basement and then give to my chickens in the winter time when there's not as many bugs available for them to eat while free ranging. We got this bed cleared today, so I'm gonna start planting. In this far back row, I'm gonna go in with some of M.I. Gardner's giant winter spinach. The next 2 rows are gonna be a giant noble spinach. I buy this in bulk from my local farm store. That is the cheapest way to get it. It's getting dark, so I am gonna head in for the night, spend a little time with my kids before they go to sleep. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in the garden. We got a lot done, although it's never ending. There's still more to do, so make sure and check back in for future videos. I still have fall planting to do. I'm gonna get my new Vago garden beds planted tomorrow. I have, how many more beds? I have 2 more beds, no 3. I have 3 more beds to plant for fall, and I have a ton of harvesting to do. Those things are all gonna have to wait though. I am in the middle of the Every Bit Counts challenge, so if you like to see preserving videos, make sure and check back this channel regularly. I'm gonna be posting at least 5 times a week, long form and shorts, and on my Facebook, so check there as well. And until I see you guys next time, which is not gonna be long at all, may God bless.